The captains are out with the referee David Herson, who's explaining what he expects from them. The captains on the left, that is from Loreto, Cavan, Ellie Brady, a Cavan senior player already. We saw her in the Lidl National League a few weeks ago. She's already an established player at adult level, number 8, the captain for them, and she is from the Ballyhaise club. And David is, I think, explaining how the tackle and when you charge in or try to avoid the charge, he's trying to explain all that, which is all the referees do at this point. And the captain of St Mary's, Magherafelt, is their number 11. That's Gemma Shivers. She's from Ballymagwigan, and her dad Seamus is the Derry senior manager, and her cousin Eve is at number 15. So a family affair there. So you see Paul Swift and everyone else waiting to get a photograph of them when David has finished explaining and doing the toss, and he's going to do the toss right now. As you see, there's no breeze to talk about, so I don't think it matters at all, but we'll wait anyway and see who wins that. Cavan won it, and they're just going to play the way they are, so no real advantage there, I don't think, for this game. It is the 2025 Ulster Post-Primary MFC Under-20 A Final, and it's only available on Ulster Ladies Facebook, so don't be fooled by any of these scammers. This is the only place. It's not even on YouTube, it's just Facebook, but feel free to leave a message there and I will keep an eye on it throughout the game. We're expecting a big crowd. It's cold here and maybe a lot of people haven't travelled on a Tuesday night, but what else would you be doing on a Tuesday night? You have this fantastic entertainment, and I'll promise you it'll be a good game. I mean, you know about the McCrory Cup. This is the girls' version of the McCrory Cup, and I am sure it's going to be a terrific game. The interesting thing this year is that St Mary's Magherafelt there in the light blue are through to the final. For years, maybe 7-8 years, it's been a monopoly of Monaghan and Cavan, Castleblaney, Our Lady's Castleblaney, and Loreto Cavan. But this year, St Mary's Magherafelt have made the breakthrough and they are in the final. So that's the excitement this year. No harm to Monaghan, but it's Cavan against Derry. The messages coming in on the Facebook. Martin Lee has just said best of luck to St Mary's. Big day for them, and a lot of people are just filtering into the ground now here at Brewster Park in Enniskillen for the game. It is for the Virginia Cup. That's the name of the cup. And what else can I tell you? Well, before we go to the teams, this Cavan team, I mean, my goodness, for 3 or 4 years they've been having incredible success at school and county level, and they've some players that we already know extremely well. Magherafelt a little bit unknown in that respect. In fact, they have players from 3 different counties, and you'll know 1 or 2 of them maybe, or maybe 1 or 2 connections, but not that many. But they've made amazing progress over the years. Less than 10 years ago they were competing at C level. Now they've come through. All the age groups in their school are now competing in the A grade. They lost a B final 4 years ago, lost the A semi-final last year just by a point, and now they've made the breakthrough. And the team that beat them last year, Our Lady's Castleblaney, went on and not only won Ulster, they won the All-Ireland. So they weren't that far away, but now they are here. And a lot of that has been down to Niamh Hughes, who is a Tyrone player, maybe not this year, but in previous years, from Coal Island. And she's been an incredible driving force for them, along with Conor McCauley there, and Shannon Rasdale also involved. And for Loreto Cavan, it's Anya Shannon and Conor Maguire out there. So the final warm-ups being done. Let's go to the teams, and there's only one change in the 2 teams. I'll come to them, those changes in a minute, for one change rather for Loreto Cavan. But let's do the St Mary's Magherafelt team first. Roisin McGurk, she's from Kildress in Tyrone. She's one of the vice captains. Aoife Rocks is from Greenlock. Sally Scullion is from Cargan. She'd be a cousin of Maria and Sarah O'Neill, who we saw on Sunday playing for not playing for Antrim, but from the Moneyglass Club. Eva Gilligan is with the Arboe Club, but her dad is Conleth, who you'll know from the Ballinderry Shamrocks Club, and also for being involved in management with teams like Kilcoo and currently involved with Armagh. Mia McLarnon is number 5 from Moneyglass. 6, Laura Scullion, she's another from Cargan. 7 is Cara McKeefrey, Moneyglass. At midfield, the other vice captain at number 8, Anna Henry, and she is from Desert Martin, and so is Eve Convery, number 9, so in all Desert Martin midfield. 10 is Aoife O'Neill from Moneymore. 11 is the captain I told you about, Gemma. 12, Leah Loughran. She's another from Kildress, and she's a Tyrone minor. 13 is Leah Stewart. You'll know her, Moneyglass player, and she has performed really well for them over the last few years despite her very young age. In fact, she's played senior in the school for 4 years. 14 is Aoife Doherty, Ballymagwigan. She'd be a sister of Ethan Doherty and Conor Doherty. And 15, Eve Shivers. She's a Derry under-16 captain from Ballymagwigan. Okay, that is St Mary's Magherafelt. Let's look now now at the Loreto Cavan team, and they have one change to that lineup there, and it's number 10 Kate O'Reilly from Butler's Bridge, replaced by 27 Laura Miney. So she is in at number 10. I don't know if she'll play there, but she is in as a direct replacement. So Abby McDermott in goals from Killygarry, 2 Caitlin Cahill from Crusherlock rather, I think you pronounce it down there. 3 Danielle McGovern from Drumlane, 4 Neve Smith from Crusherlock, 5 Eva Kennedy from Killygarry, 6 Caitlin Crowe from St Finbarrs, 7 Kate McShane from Cornafin, 8 Ellie Brady, 9 Ruby Gilmartin also from Ballyhaise, so an all Ballyhaise midfield for them. At 11 it's Sarah Clark, a Cavan senior player just like Ellie Brady from the Cavan Gales. 12 is Kayla Bartley from Butler's Bridge. 13 Katie McGahern, Cornafin. 12 another Katie O'Mara from Cavan Gales. And 15 Kate Fagan. So Kate and Kit in the full forward line. She's from Mullahoran and she would have won an Ulster Intermediate Championship medal at the end of last year. And then in the subs they've got players like Clodagh Clark, who is back from an ACL. In fact, this is her first game to tug out and she'll be wearing number 31, and you know, the likes of Sarah Clark at number 11. I mean, she's an under 16 All-Ireland winning captain, and you know, they've got leaders all over the field and players who have been amazing in the last few years. This minute's silence is for Imogen Cleary Vong from St Mary's Magherafelt. A perfect silence for that minute for Imogen Cleary Vong from St Mary's Magherafelt, who sadly passed recently. Now the anthem. The Loreto there in maroon have to be the favourites, just on their record of being here so often against the new girls from Magherafelt. On Facebook, Una Donnelly says good luck St Mary's. Kate Crozier, hiya Kate, says good luck St Mary's and the Ballymcguigan ladies. Elaine Kelly Photo says best of luck to the 4 Money Glass girls and all their St Mary's teammates. Declan Lee, good luck to all at St Mary's and St Trey's Ballymcguigan players. Shay Brady says come on Loreto, and all those messages coming in as we speak. So the audience building. Those are the new girls on the block. They're smiling. That's a good sign. No nerves there. And that's the midfielder number 9 I'm looking at there smiling. That's Eve Convery from Desert Martin. Big night for them here, and it's live streamed only on the Ulster Ladies Facebook page. Free for you to watch, so we hope to get you some great entertainment tonight, and I'm very confident we will be giving you some great entertainment. Fabulous players out there. It is the maroon of the girls from Cavan against the light blue from St Mary's Magherafelt. It's Cavan against Derry, it's the Loreto against St Mary's, and it is the Ulster final, the All-Ireland series after this, but this is the 2025 MFC Under 20A final, basically the girls' version of the McCrory Cup. But who will settle the better? That's the thing. As I say, Loreto Cavan have been in finals, All-Ireland finals, and won them at all sorts of levels over the last 3 or 4 years. Or will it be the slightly unknown quality of St Mary's Magherafelt who are coming through and coming up there, very much coming up? And the main driving force at their school, as I say, Neve Hughes from Cull Island over the years, and they have earned the right to be here. And I am just looking now at your messages and at the midfielders and seeing number 27 out there. That's Laura Miney, who is the only change from the starting teams. Now, big crowd has come in now. I didn't think there were that many here, but there's a huge crowd now on the stand and a huge crowd online, and we're all ready to go. So, David Herson, the referee. The winners will pick up the Virginia Cup, and the ball goes high in the air, and it's batted down by Ellie Brady, the number 8 and captain of Loreto Cavan. And what a player she is, and off she goes already. Will there be an early score from Ellie? She really is a superb driving force. We've seen her at county level, and she's blown for over-carrying though, so credit to the St Mary's defence there. They didn't foul, and they've turned her over, and that'll help them settle right at the start, as opposed to a score right at the start. So that'll maybe give them something. This is Leah Loughran, one of the 2 Tyrone girls in the starting lineup. Actually, make that 3, because Ava Gilligan is there, and we'll count her as Tyrone because she plays for Arboe, even though her dad is Conleth. From Ballinderry Shamrocks, this is Anna Henry, and she's blown for overcarrying. Well, the referee's blown twice for overcarrying within the first 43 seconds, so I guess you have to watch for that and get the message through to the players, because he'll be consistent on that. This is Kyla Bartley. She puts a dangerous ball in there, and she's got in behind her. Could be a goal right at the start. She's past the goalkeeper, and the referee has given advantage, but he's going to give a penalty here, isn't he? He has given a penalty. We're 1 minute on the clock, and it's a penalty from the second attack. Let's see it again. Bartley puts the ball in there, and it got in behind, and it was a number 13, Katie McGahern. And once she got in there, you knew they were in trouble. She put it over the bar, but the referee is giving them a penalty. So I did say they would be the favourites, and they will be the ones to watch. They have a golden chance here. It's Sarah Clark. So Sarah Clark from Cavan Gales, a Cavan senior player, up against Roisin McGurk, the vice-captain of Magherafelt from the Kildress club in Tyrone. We're only in the 2nd minute of the game, and she sends the keeper the wrong way, and Clark has given Loreto Cavan the perfect start. 1 goal to no score. She gave her the eyes, looked one way, side-footed the other. Perfect penalty from Sarah Clark. Now, we're waiting for the kick out, and what has the referee indicated? He's off camera, but I'm watching what he's doing. There he is. I'm not quite sure what he looks like he's doing a Superman pose for yoga or something. Oh, it's out the field, so he's given a free from out there. I don't know, there must have been some infringement out there. I was watching the replay of the penalty, but it is another Loreto Cavan ball. So, perfect start for the team who lost in the final last year but won the previous 2, and maybe a few more before that. We were trying to work out before the game how many. But last year they were beaten by Our Lady's Castleblaney, but they're back to get the cup back to Loreto Cavan, and now they're being very patient. They get it to Kate Fagan from Mullahoran, and it's Magherafelt sitting in there very deep. 14 of their players behind the ball, and Loreto just going from side to side, giving it to Alva Kennedy from the Killygarry club, who contested an Ulster Club final a few years ago. And I told you he'd be consistent. That's 3 in the first 3 minutes for over-carrying. The girls will have to get the message quickly. Now, Magherafelt haven't really been over halfway, and they're still not going to get over halfway. I don't even think they were over halfway at the throw-in. This is Katie O'Mara, and off goes Katie. She's from the Cavan Gales club, the same as Sarah Clark. Gives it back out to Alva Kennedy, and she'll just feed it again, and the referee has given a free. No, he's given advantage. Now he's going to give it. See, I just checking your messages all the time. I am paying attention. Emma Rose McCann, good luck to the Ballinderry girls. Michael Beard, best of luck to Loreto. Aaron Joseph Crow, best of luck Loreto. And Shea Brady, come on Loreto. All those people on board watching this game, and I hope you saw the penalty in the 2nd minute. And there's the 2nd score of the game, and it's again for Loreto Cavan. Miney involved to 27, that's her, and she lays it off, and the finish accurate. 1-1 to no score. Now the big press is on from the girls in maroon, forcing the ball to go long, and it has gone long, and it's a very good kick out, a pinpoint. Fed then to Cara McKeefrey. That's her on the ball now from Moneyglass. Gives it inside to Mia McLaren. Now they're over halfway, St Mary's. Challenge goes in, and she still keeps going. That's a good bit of running by the captain, Gemma Shivers. Now they forced Loreto Cavan to go back inside their own half, but that's a dangerous one, and it's intercepted rather easily by Kennedy, and the transition is on now for Cavan. No, they've given it away. Magherafelt get it back and driving forward. That was the number 6, Laura Scullion. Good play by her and pumps it into the corner. But there's lots of maroon jerseys back. Our camera's in quite tight, but if it comes out a little bit, you'll see how many maroon jerseys are there over on that far side. Yeah, there's lots of them back. Now the light blues are coming up to support. And that's Leah Stewart. She'd be one to watch. Great player with money glass over the last few years at adult level. But here she is representing her school. They go back to Aoife Rocks from the Greenlock Club. Now, where are they going with this? A little bit of a tug in the jersey. I don't think the referee saw it. He was blindsided there, but it was Eve Shivers who kept going. And is that going to be a free in? Gotta be. Has he given it? No, he hasn't actually. He said play on, and another challenge goes in, and another one. And the referee is allowing all that. Now he's blown. He indicates there was some sort of a tap. I'm not quite sure. But here you'll see that challenge again. This is Shivers on the run, and then Loughran, and gives it inside to Leah Stewart. And she ends up on the ground. No, it is a free eventually to St Mary's Magherafelt. So Gemma Shivers, the captain, with an opportunity to settle her team here. Can she get it? That's not going to do. It's gone to the left and it's gone wide. A little bit too far out for her maybe, or maybe she just didn't quite catch it as sweetly as she would want. And it remains 1-1 to no score after 6 minutes. Easy one from the kick out to get possession for Loreto. Oh, they've got it though on the second challenge, and now it is St Mary's Magherafelt coming forward with Aoife O'Neill, and she comes through and it's blocked down and it's going to go out for a 45. It was Danielle McGovern who was in the right place at the right time. Well, it's interesting that maybe they were allowing Cavan to have the ball and then said as soon as you come out then we'll get it off you. Nearly worked, but blocked down. So a 45 for Magherafelt, and a good little bit of pressure for Magherafelt after conceding a goal on the point at the start. It's going to be 15 Eve Shivers from Ballymcguigan. Same club as her cousin Gemma, the number 11. And Gemma's dad is the Derry senior ladies manager. That one put down into the corner for Aoife Doherty to chase. She's also from Ballymcguigan. A little bit of a tug on her there, and the referee spots that one, and it's going to be a free in for Magherafelt, but again outside what you would call maybe the scoring zone. So they'll have to try and work this in, or maybe she'll defy me. No, she's looking to pass it and maybe get it back, but that's intercepted by Kennedy, and that's not the first time that she has intercepted, and that strong, brave play from her. And Magherafelt just need to be a little bit sharper. They just don't seem to have settled there. A few basic errors there, which might just be nerves, which are understandable. So nearly 8 minutes gone, and it's Cavan having got the perfect start. A goal and a point up, and they're kicking the ball around like a confident team who've been here before and who've started well. Miney gives it to the number 2, Caitlin Cahill, and they have a chance here for a score from distance. She gets a great kick on it and puts it over with ease. Super score. Great build-up play all the way from the back, and the finish applied by Ellie Brady, I think it was, and she didn't even seem to try to kick it that hard. She just swung effortlessly, and it sailed over the bar. 1-2 to no score, but that's a great kick out. Cavan thought they had the press on, but lots of room over on this side, and they've had a lot of joy from the kick outs over there. But now what can they do? They need to work it through the hands. This is good play. There's a player over the far side, but it's a big ask, but they have put it over towards Leah Loughran, and she's got it. Real scramble for possession, and that's brave play amongst the forest of legs there, but they lose possession, and they're just not knitting it together up there in the forwards. They just haven't really, as I say, settled in the first 9 minutes of this game. Contrast that to the attack here, and Cavan putting it forward very confidently. Their tails are up, and is that going to be a free? No, referee says play on. He did indicate some sort of a push, but I'm not quite sure why he didn't give it. Maybe he meant it was a push the other way and give advantage. But either way, Magherafelt have the ball. And their forwards just need to get a ball over the bar, you feel. Some of the passes a little bit 60-40, and some of them even 50-50, and they just make sure, and that's just a sign of a team that hasn't settled yet. coming up to the 10th minute mark, and yeah, you see they're not knitting it forward, but then are knitting it together. But Cavan are on them all of the time, and there's always a hand in there right close to them all of the time, making it difficult. Another free for Magherafelt. They've had plenty of frees, but Loreto not only are marking up, they have players back in there marking space, the +1s as well. Look how many maroon jerseys are in the shot there. So it's very difficult for the Blues to get forward and to get a score. Well, not hard for them to get forward, it's just hard for them to find players on their own team and get something together, because Cavan have so many players there making it difficult. Leah Stewart leaves it off. Centre half back is up there, that's Laura Scullion. Now they're having to do it all themselves, and look, she's looking for help and feeds it back out to Anna Henry. They're just not making an impact in what you'd call the scoring area, or the area where it matters up the middle there. They haven't been able to get a score in there. It's broken down several times, so they'll try again with McKeefrey. And Loreto just been very disciplined, sitting in there and just congesting the middle area. Shivers. And they're waiting for somebody, and the run does come. But is it McKeefrey on her own? And it's going to have to come back out again. She's running in there, but running into trouble, and she's going to lose out. And this is exactly what's been happening. Cavan have just waited for them. That's just like they set traps, but they have got it eventually. They might even get a score here. No, it breaks down again, and Loreto's defensive system working, but a foul in there as well. And this should be their first score now. You see her winning it back. That is Shivers, the captain. And yeah, he'd given advantage there. There are a few hands in on her that were illegal there. So a golden opportunity now for St Mary's to get their first score, and there it goes, and that'll get a big cheer from the Derry crowd here at Brewster Park and Enniskillen. They have their first score on the board after nearly 12 minutes, and they're only 4 points behind. It's not as if they've conceded 3 or 4 goals, so let's see what happens from here on in. From the kick out, a battle for possession, a real battle, and a foul the second time of asking. Here come the Loreto. Oh, good defending for St Mary's. Magherafelt. I think it was the number 3 who got in there to win that, and that was an important possession to win. And it was the number 3, to give her credit. It was Sally Scullion from Cargan, Erin's own, and Antrim Minor. And just to tell the rest of her team, we don't have to stand back against these well-known winners at All-Ireland level already from Loreto Cavan. Get in there and compete. And that's what they're doing. Oh, and that's broken. And they've won it back. And it's St Mary's Magherafelt foraging for possession with the number 13, Leah Stewart, I think it was. And that's Aoife O'Neill. And they are popping the ball around quite well. Taking on their players. That's the way to do it. That's great play. They've still got a lot of maroon jerseys to get past, though, and they need to be clever, and that is clever. That's a super accurate ball over to Loughran, and she pops it into the corner. There's going to be support needed here, though, and they need to get after her. And see, there's not many options, so she goes along the end line, but is going to have to come back. Now support is arriving, but it's going to maybe have to come all the way back to Leah Loughran where it started, and that is where Loreto Cavan are not jumping in. They're just congesting the middle and making it very hard. Henry now. That's a good kick pass, or is it? It's well taken. Eventually, can they get a score here? They might even get through for a goal. This is a brilliant run. Oh, and she just ran out of room. And the referee says free out. It nearly opened there. That could have been a sensational goal for Aoife O'Neill. She was dropping the shoulder all over the place, but at the vital moment it didn't work. And Sarah Clark, the centre half forward, got back there. Well, we have a game on, as you'd expect in a final, but we weren't sure how the new girls were going to perform. But they're now really settling into this game. And they're turning over a lot of possession. And I'd say in the last 5 or 6 minutes, it's been at least 50-50. But that ball is going to break. And what way's it gone? It's a Magherafelt ball. Yeah, they're starting to win a lot of ball, Magherafelt. It's not showing in the scoreline just yet, but coming up to the end of the first quarter, they are acquitting themselves extremely well. you might have feared a little bit for them, conceding a goal in the second minute. But they're well in this game now. Convery. But they lose possession, and it's, well, the referee's going to bring it back for a free. Niamh Smith involved there, number 4 for Cavan from Crusherlock. But it's a free for Magherafelt. This is a good spell for them. Not on the scoreboard, but otherwise. We've built up to a good audience now watching the game, and I'm sure it'll build as the evening goes on. Great to showcase the skills here at this level. The McCrory Cup gets so much coverage, but it's brilliant now to see this female equivalent get the same or similar. This is Shivers, Eve Shivers, and just slips it to Loughran. They're doing their best to try and make progress here. Oh, and that's a free for the foul on Alva Kennedy, and Loreto want to move this as quickly as they can, and that's what they do. They get it to Ellie Brady, the Cavan senior player, and what a Rolls Royce of a player she is. She just speeds away, and she's still going. There could be a goal on here. Well, they'll take their point, and they do with Kate Fagan, and that's what the Loreto Cavan girls can do. Haven't seen that for 5 or 6 minutes, but they have the potential, and compare that with how laboured it is at the other end to get scores. The last 2 Cavan scores have been very similar like that. They have sailed over the bar and they've got through in space, whereas St Mary's Magherafelt have just got the 1 point from a free, and it's all so congested back there, and they found it very difficult to get through in the same manner. But they are really trying their best and knocking on that door as much as they can, and now they've Cara McKeefrey. This is better. They're getting the ball forward as quickly as possible. But I'm looking across and I can see 2-3 maroon jerseys are having to rely on individual efforts. Well, that's exactly what I was saying was needed. Brilliant score all the way up the field, and it opened up for them, and beautifully taken, very patient. And then the drive over the bar, left footed. That was a super score. That's exactly what St Mary's Magherafelt needed, and it'll do them the world of good. 1-3 to 2 points after 17 minutes, and they're going to get possession from this kick out as well. They're certainly getting plenty of good possession, and they might even get another score here. They're getting a little bit of space up there. That's extremely high. It's not going to go over the bar, and the keeper's going to have to know the keeper isn't going to come out. This could end up an even better, because the number 11 Shivers is there. Oh, did it come off the post? I think it might have come off the post, and it's still in play. Thought it was going to go into that far corner. St Mary's Magherafelt are really taking the game to Loreto Cavan now, and nearly got a big reward there. Let's look at it again. It was the captain, Gemma, and this left-footed kick. What did that come off? Well, I'm not sure if it came off anything, but it was close. Now they have a chance anyway to at least get something from that attack. And I think this is the girl who got the point a minute ago. It is. And can she get one from a free as well? She does. 2 in a minute for St Mary's Magherafelt, and 8 minutes in. The scoreboard is looking a lot better for them. There's only the penalty between the teams, and they are on an upward curve. Kick out looks for Kennedy and finds her despite the press from Loughran and the foul from Loughran. Loreto not forcing the game, and you know they have that ability to cut through, to slice through and hurt St Mary's Magherafelt. They find a lot of room there in the middle. Miney, and she's got past, and it's over carrying again, and St Mary's move it quickly, and they look for, is that Aoife Doherty? I'm trying to see the number, and her hair's down over the back of the number, and it's sort of on the far side of the pitch. I think it was. Apologies if I've got that name wrong, but this now is definitely Henry, and that could be intercepted. It is intercepted by Cahill, or is it Cahill? Caitlin anyway from Crusherlock. This is Kate Fagan. Off she goes again. The pace when they get clear. She's dropping the shoulder, moving in, and a lovely ball slipped to Bartley, and they've got in behind. Now this is where the penalty came from, and it's a goal. Well, that's where the penalty came from, and that's where the second goal has also come from. It's Katie McGahern from Cornafane, and it was a lovely sweeping move. I did say Loreto Cavan had that ability, that potential to hurt, and they just did that. 2-3 to a 3, just as St Mary's were getting back into the game. That's Ava Gilligan, number 4, doing well to get it to Sally Scullion. 2 Scullions up the middle for St Mary's. Sally at 3, Laura at 6. Ball played over the top, but it's just gone astray, and it's a chance for Cavan to hurt them again, but well in. There's a lot of passes from Magherafelt, and they're just stretching things a little bit. They just need to settle it a little bit, because if you make a mistake here and get turned over, you'll be in trouble against this team, and they don't want to go further than 2 goals behind. McKeefrey, that's great play by her, and she gets it to Loughran. Loughran slips it forwards, and that's well scooped up as well. And the referee immediately reaches for his book, because the boot was in, and Leah Stewart felt the brunt of it from Alva Kennedy. Don't think there was any malice in it. I know there wasn't any malice in it, but might still be a card here, the way that David Herson is writing this down. I think it is going to be a yellow, and indeed Loreto Cavan down to 14 players for the next 10 minutes. So a lot of people watching the stream, I can see you on there as we see the challenge again. Feel free to leave a message there on the live stream coverage. Tell me what you think of the game so far, or anything else you want to comment on, or tell me where you're watching the game from, or what you think of these young girls performing out here in Brewster Park on a cool February night in this Ulster final. This is the captain again, Gemma Shivers. A lot of their players going individually, shall we say, trying to go through 3 or 4 players. And she gets the free. She does draw the free. But they're not knitting together in the same way. Actually, it's a hot ball. In the same way at the other end, where Cavan are finding their scores a lot easier to come by. And that's Ellie Brady winning it for Bartley. And off goes Bartley, challenged by Aoife Rocks there, number 2. She has support. Well, she's challenged there by Eve Shivers, but they still keep possession, the girls in maroon. 22 minutes gone then. This is Kate Fagan from Mullahoran Dreadnoughts in County Cavan, and she's fouled. And Kate sees her centre half back, Caitlin Crowe, in a lot of room, and just gives it to her, but she's blown for overcarrying. St Mary's with a lot of girls back. They've worked hard in this first half. The work rate has been good, but they've given it away, and you cannot do that against a team like Loreto Cavan. And Kayla Bartley might hurt them here. She might punish them. She might leave to look it off. Or might look to leave it off even, but doesn't. And it's going to be a free out, and Magherafelt have defended that well. The goalkeeper is Roisin McGurk from Kildress, Wolftones in Tyrone. Looking for a bit of movement, and there is a little bit of movement from Eve Shivers, but now she's been marked up. That's a sensible ball, just to give it to Cara McKeefrey. She's another from the Moneyglass Club. St Ignatz, Antrim champions the last 3-4 years at senior level. This is better. She slips it off to Laura Scullion for Magherafelt. And now Convery through the middle. Well, she's been chased now by Brady and will need a bit of help, but this is good. Scullion had a good spell a few minutes ago. They got 2 points in a row, Magherafelt, and then that second goal you would have thought would have set them back, but it hasn't. They've kept going and kept going, but on the scoreboard you feel they need to settle it and get the next score of the game. 6 to half time. Shivers. Back to Aoife Rocks, wearing number 2, but well up the field. They're just passing the parcel here, and this is Henry. I was going to say Henri. Anna Henry from Desert Martin. And now Aoife Rocks from Greenlock. Good ball over to the corner, but the way Loreto are defending, they're forcing them out around the fringes. No one going to take on the shot out there. They're outside the scoring zone. They can't get in, or can they? It takes one or two players to burst through, and Rocks tried to do that. She rocked up, but they end up trying to bring it back out, and they do bring it back out to Anna Henry again. They're waiting for support, but again, Cavan just getting so many bodies back there and making it very, very difficult. And then a kick comes in, but it's blocked down, and I think it was Sarah Clark who got that block in. Very good, patient defending from the Loreto, and eventually they break down the attack. Very disciplined and very organised. 5 to half time. That one's gone loose, but no pressure, no panic. Or is there? No, free out. And the referee will tick for that challenge as well. Kate Fagan. Cavan over halfway. Lots of blue jerseys back to defend for Magherafelt. It's been a difficult first half for them. They've worked so hard. The kick is a dangerous one. It could end up in a dangerous pass. It actually stays in, does it? No, I was waiting for the whistle. It did go wide. McGurk, the goalkeeper, needs to find a blue jersey. She pumps it very long and high, but nobody there in a blue jersey. Miney is there, and so's Neve Smith for the Loreto. Katie McGahern, who has caused so much trouble in and around the goal area, but she's out the field now and she's been dispossessed. No, she's scrapped to win it back. And Cavan might still get a score. Coming forward is Caitlin Crowe, the number 6. She's the only one on the starting 15 from the St Finbarrs club. Now, Sarah Clark from Cavan Gales on a Cavan senior. That could end up in a brilliant pass, and it could end up in the net, and it is. It's another goal. It's a third goal, and that could be a killer blow for St Mary's Magherafelt just before half-time. It's a third goal for Lee Loreto. Now, did Sarah Clark mean a pass here? I'm going to give her the credit and say that she did, and Kate Fagan said, thank you very much. Loughran, Tyrone minor player, faced up by Bartley and having to go back. Oh, and Miney is going to step in there and steal it back, and she has stolen it for the Loreto. The challenge from behind, though, is illegal, and it's going to be a free. It could have been worse. It could have been another goal. It's just a free, but still could now be a 10-point lead. So 2 minutes to half time, and the Loreto well in control, and that kick is just gone to the left. In fact, it stayed in. Magherafelt are going to get a bit of possession here, and let's see if they can get up the pitch and rescue something before half time. Looking off camera, I can see Loreto Cavan's number 6 going all the way back in front of her goalkeeper. That's the structure they have. She's the +1. She's not marking anyone. She's just staying in there and trying to make sure that Cavan defend well and Magherafelt don't get anywhere close to getting a goal. Goals hurt, goals kill. I did say before the game there'd be goals in this game. I promised you goals, and we've had 3, but all for Loreto Cavan. But it's been more their defensive structure. And I remember in the final last year down in Donagh and County Fermanagh, when Our Lady's Castle Blaney put up a very impressive defensive display also to deny Loreto Cavan another title. But Loreto back using all of their experience from the many finals that they've played in at this level and at other levels for club, college, school and county. Cahill just leaves it off. 1 minute to half time. Fagan for the Loreto. They lead by 9, and that's a foul. It's going to be a tough half time for St Mary's. They'll need to get their breath back and get their wind back again. And Loreto Cavan in no particular hurry, and you feel that they haven't really expended as much energy in this half. played in spurts and just done enough and defended very cohesively. But their attacks have yielded a lot of good scores. Maybe not even as many attacks, but they've cut through effectively. And there's another one. That's a 10-point gap now as we go into added time at the end of the first half. And indeed the referee is not rushing out to the middle of the field, which usually tells you that he's about to blow for half time. No, going to let it go, and maybe we'll have another minute or two. Good kick out. And again, I can see Caitlin Crowe, the number 6, just running back in front of the goalkeeper. That's disciplined, organised defending. That's not an accident. They've been told when the other team is coming forward, get an extra body in there, try to prevent the goals. And it's looking now like St Mary's are going to need goals in this game, but such is the defending, and there's another example of it, that it's hard to see them getting through. And that is a half-time whistle, just 40 seconds of added time, and it's been extremely satisfactory, to use a phrase from a school report, for the school from Cavan. Loreto Cavan winning at half-time by 10, 3-4-3, and St Mary's Magherafelt had a lot of possession in that game, but it was the goals, like a knife driven through, especially before half-time when they got the third one. A few nice points as well. They are just a very sophisticated team, and they have a lot of experience and classy forwards, and at times the class showed. Penalty in the second minute, and this is the second goal. Lovely play again, and they got in behind, and McGahern lost her marker, got past the keeper as she did to win the penalty. And then this one from Sarah Clark, we're going to say that was a magnificent pass, and nicely finished by Kate Fagan. Those are 3 goals that have the girls in maroon leading at half-time here in Brewster Park in Enniskillen. We'll be back in about 7 or 8 minutes' time right here on Ulster Ladies Facebook with the second half. Welcome back to Brewster Park in Enniskillen for the second half. On Facebook, Fiona Brady says Sarah Clark playing a blinder. She sure is, the number 11 for Loreto. Cavan, a fantastic player. Anthony Lyons says good luck to Loreto. Great football. True. Emma McCann says keeper lit St Mary's, and Shea Brady, Kate Fagan, best lassie on the field. Sarah Clark doing great covering back. She did, that's true. Whole team doing great. Killigary says best of luck Loreto, keep it going. And who else? A load more coming in by the minute, but basically you'll get the impression that Cavan are going well from the scoreboard as well when it goes up in a second. It's Loreto Cavan 3-4, St Mary's Magherafelt 3 points in this 2025 under-20 MFC A final here at Brewster Park in Enniskillen as David Herson throws the ball up for the start, and that is Lauren Miney wearing 27, but she started the game and she's penalised after catching the ball, and it's going to be a free for St Mary's Magherafelt. Loreto bringing a lot of players back already for their disciplined shape. I'm seeing players off the ball pointing at other players. They all know where each other are supposed to be. Chance here though, they try to filter it through, but it's very hard trying to get through that defence. A forest of maroon jerseys from Loreto Cavan. They have the big lead, but it's not just been the scores, it's been their defending. But still, here comes Stewart trying to find a way through, doing it all on her own, and lashes the ball just inside the post, and that's a great start to the second half for St Mary's Magherafelt, and the big crowd loved that. They enjoyed that, and now I'm seeing the number 5 has just come back onto the pitch for Loreto Cavan. That is Alva Kennedy, and she was sin binned towards the end of the first half, so within a minute of the second half she is back, and it's back up to 15. So when you think about it, even though Cavan were down to 14, they still did extremely well to finish the first half strongly. But it's Magherafelt starting the second half strongly. Rocks gives it in to Doherty. Can they get a score again? It's just so congested. They cannot find a way through, so they're forced to go back out. Rocks again. They'll try another angle at it. But Cavan have 13 players back there, and they all know their job. Like I say, a forest there of maroon jerseys, making it extremely difficult. Nobody rushing at the ball. They're just marking space and marking players in the important areas and forcing Magherafelt to come back out and just waiting for them to make a mistake and then try to pick them off, putting them under pressure. McLaren did well though, and now Loughran. But again, just looking off camera up ahead, there's not many ways to get through, so they're just going to go around one side and then the other. They've gone from this side to the far side. It's about patience as well. Anna Henry, one of the vice captains, gets support from Laura Scullion, and she tries to go through, but if you carry the ball into the tackle, you're liable to lose it. That's a good ball, but again, it's just gone into the corner. They've gone from one corner to the other. They can't get near the goal area. Eve Convery will try, and eventually the kick comes in, and that looks a bit dangerous though, and the keeper has to watch it, and is it dropped into the net? Well, none of the umpires have indicated, so it's not a goal. It's not a goal. It was a close thing. I thought it had dropped in behind the goalkeeper. Would have been a little bit fortunate, but it was certainly livened up this game a little bit. But instead, this is Ruby Gilmartin. No, it's not. That's Ellie Brady, of course, the other midfielder, both from the Ballyhaise club. And it is now Kyla Bartley, who had a very good first half. And this is Kate Fagan, and off she goes, followed by Loughran. And she's going all the way on her own, and she might even get a score. It's opened up for her, and a fourth goal for Loreto Cavan, and it was Kate Fagan from Mullahoran, an Ulster Championship club winner last year, and now she's on her way to winning with her school, Loreto Cavan, in the MFC 2025 Under-20A final. Sliced through herself, and a lovely finish. This was the incident at the other end. A hit and hope, and came off the post and went behind the goalkeeper and hit her back and still didn't go over the line. So there you have in about 60 seconds the game turning. Could have been a goal for Mary's, wasn't. Goal for Cavan, maybe game over already. 4 minutes into the second half. A cruel blow on the girls from Derry. It's been a tough game, and under the stand there, it's the number 7, Cara McKeefrey, who felt the brunt of that tackle, and she's going to need a little bit of treatment. So a long way to go. But Cavan already leading by 12. You can see that Magherafelt came out in the second half to try and make amends. They got their point. Unlucky not to get a goal. And then the sucker punch at the other end. Oh, and the midfielder and captain, Ellie Brady, being spoken to by David Herson. And ticked there, I think. The book was definitely out. Anna Henry pumps it down into the corner, looking for her captain Shivers, but easily swept up by Crow. That's Alva Kennedy. And Loreto, well versed at this level and very calm and collected back there. There's never any panic. And usually the passes are very accurate and there's no 50-50s. That was an unusual one, but it gives a chance now for Anna Henry. Looked to take it quickly, couldn't, but instead gives it to her midfield partner from the same club, Desert Martin. The two midfielders combining. Now they bring Eve Shivers into play, but again, so many maroon shirts in the way. They're forced to kick from distance, and they do, and the goalkeeper spills it, but does enough. That was Abby McDermott. It's a couple of high balls that have caused trouble in there. But contrast that with the way the goal was scored at the other end. John McNamara on Facebook says, a different class. I take the pun from this being a schools final. They are in a different class. But also take the point that they exactly know what they're doing. But when they sit that deep, they have so much room and they go forward as well. And then they've great forwards. So it's a perfect counter-attacking game for them. St Mary's trying their best, but just coming up short. They've just been hit by a very experienced and classy team. Maybe, probably, one of the best schools teams we have seen at Ulster level. And that was shown last year when Our Lady's Castleblaney beat Loreto and through and won the All-Ireland. Cavan definitely looking like a county with a fantastic future in ladies Gaelic football. And there's another example. Katie O'Mara, I think I was put it over. And it's 4-5 to 4 points. That's 17-4, 13 in it. Long way back. We're going to have a change now. Mary's Magherafelt bringing on number 28, Eva Forbes. She's from the Ballinderry Shamrocks Club. Replacing Mia McLarnon from Moneyglass. And Magherafelt having to make a few changes. That's a good kick out to find Anna Henry. Important possession, but stopped from making progress. Again, disciplined press from McGahern, forcing Magherafelt to take it themselves, and one girl trying to run through 3, 4, 5 tackles, but eventually caught for overcarrying. That was always going to happen. And then the ball over the top, and it's through for Katie O'Mara from the Cavan Gale. She's going to round the keeper, and unbelievably she doesn't score. How did that not go in? We'll give great credit to the defender. It looks certain to be goal number 5. Quick thinking from Kyla Bartley to give it through to O'Mara. Looks certain, but the fullback, not for the first time, has come to the rescue, and that's Sally Scullion. Would have been cruel on St Mary's Magherafelt, but it was all about the press and the disciplined, patient tackling. Turned it over, and then the quick thinking. Right, what's going on here? That's a little bit short. I don't think he can go that short, so the referee is going to come in and give that one to Magherafelt. For once, Loreto not completely organised, but they do get it back very quickly. They've never really been in a bother in the 39 minutes of this game. Fagan There's a high hand there, but over carrying. That's about the 7th or 8th time. And Magherafelt in a hurry to move the ball on, but too much of a hurry. And they've given it straight back. Bartley from Butler's Bridge. And that's another super ball by her. She really is pulling the strings, and they've got in behind. And it is Katie O'Mara with a chance. Keeper comes out. Thought she was going to lob her, but instead puts it over the bar. Let's give Bartley credit. Her passes for the last couple of scores have been exceptional. And it was O'Mara getting in behind. And that's now 4-6, 18-4. Now, where's she going to go with a kick out this time? She's not quite sure where to go with it. Such is the press from Loreto, and ends up going short, and it's been intercepted. Fagan's going to get it. She does get it, and they're through, and it's Bartley who's usually the provider. Oh, and that bounced kindly for Magherafelt. They are in severe danger of conceding a 5th goal. And it's the press again from the kick out. And now the second press on Eve Convery. This is the fullback. No, it's not. It's the centre half, Sally Scullion. And again, they have it back, Loreto. And they have men, or players over. They have women over. This is Sarah Clark. And she's going through. Could be another one for O'Mara. And it is. Goal number 5. It was coming in the last couple of minutes. McGahern involved, but it was the finish from O'Mara and the pass from Clark. The whole forward line, well, any one of them could have scored. And they are a slick outfit when they go forward like that. They just can't get out at the minute, Magherafelt. Kick out looking for the sub and finds her, and she takes it really well, Eva Forbes, and gets her free. There's another sub been lined up for Magherafelt. Get more fresh legs on. Girls out there have worked extremely hard. The ball just a little bit over the intended target and then touches the referee, so David Hurston's going to hop that one. And one by Miney for Loreto. And they look like girls on a mission, even though they are well ahead. They've taken over in the last 5-6 minutes, and they don't look like they're going to take the foot off the gas, but Magherafelt have it. And they do look a little bit jaded. They need some fresh legs. So Brooke Taylor has been lined up. She's actually from the Rossa Gales club in Magherafelt. The school's in Magherafelt, but most of the girls are from clubs around the area, not from that club, but she is. This is McCaffrey, and it goes to the right, goes wide. Sabina Cullen says, good woman, Kate. Come on, Loreto, keep it going. And they are keeping it going. That's exactly what they're doing. No let up. They lead by 17. And that ball right over the top, and it finds Ruby Gilmartin. It was a great kick out from Abby McDermott, and Gilmartin now keeps going, and a good kick pass. Look at the space they have up there, in complete contrast to the other end when Magherafelt go forward. And the Magherafelt players getting lots of players back, but can they have the same impact there? Because these superb Cavan forwards have been scoring freely, and they do so again. It was Gilmartin involved again, and then O'Mara. 2 subs coming on then. 19 for Magherafelt is indeed Brooke Taylor. And it's Kate O'Reilly coming on for Loreto Cavan, wearing 10. She didn't start the game, but she's coming in now. And Magherafelt have replaced Ava Gilligan. And Cavan have replaced number 9, Gilmartin. Fintan Hegarty says, go Ellie. Uncle Finty and cousin Shannon watching the game. Thanks for the messages. Ronan McCallion on as well, says, come on Loreto. And Pamela says, let's go. And they are going. Cavan again. Look at the amount of players they have up there, but staunch defending for Magherafelt to save the day. back there. So it's all about pride and consolation now for St Mary's. They will keep going, and this is better from them. But Loreto in no mood to stop. Eve Convery. This is the sub who's just come in, Taylor. And she's very dinky, dropping the shoulder, coming in and out, but just like the others, she's forced to come back out. Aoife Rocks gives it to McKeefrey. Those two have put in a terrific effort, but there's another one of those passes that just misses the target, and it's eaten up every time by Loreto, and they get their free as well. Although she's going to have to go back a little bit, Caitlin Crowe. Caitlin, by the way, is an Ulster under-18 rugby player. The centre half back for Cavan. Anthony Brady says go Ellie and the girls. So a big Cavan audience understandably enjoying the performance tonight by the girls from the Loreto Cavan. And they come again. Sarah Clark this time. Look at the pace she's going through. She's driving through them like a knife through butter, but the pass wasn't good. Or the shot wasn't good. If it was a shot or a pass, it was neither in the end. And Magherafelt, the sting has gone out of them a little bit, understandably. The legs are tired, and that pass, an example of that, gone astray. We're in the last quarter, and still the Cavan girls keep coming. Clark, a kick from serious distance, but she's confident enough to have a go. But well fielded by Roisin McGurk. Her fullback is Sally Scullion. She's still going. Does well. Gets it to her midfielder Eve Convery. But you can see that you just don't knit together quite as well. Players sort of stop and then they're not quite sure what to do, whereas it all seems automatic and natural when the Loreto get there. And that's a challenge coming in from the blind side by Henry. That was a free, but the referee didn't do anything more than that, or is he? He's reaching for his book now, actually, and yes, he is going to speak to the St Mary's player. Might be just a tick, and it is. Another sub about to come on, and this time it's going to be for the Loreto, and it's going to be Murren Donohoe from Belturbet, number 18, who's going to come in for them. In fact, she's gone on the field as we continue with the play, and she comes in for Kate Fagan. And Magherafelt will be glad to see that change. Kate has tortured them, as all of the Cavan forwards have done. The full forward line, Katie and Kate. And there's another Kate on, number 10, she's on. And there's Kate McShane as well, number 7 rather. And that's her going towards the ball now. And that is booted across by Convery, but eaten up again by that disciplined and packed defence. 12 to go. And that might go astray, and it does. It's been won back bravely, won by Leah Loughran. She's got support if she needs it, but goes into the corner actually. And she's trying to go along the end line and muscle her way there, but she's run into trouble and somehow manages to release it. And the shot does come in. Oh, and there's good consolation for Magherafelt. A super goal. 12 minutes to go. And a nice moment for them. It was good, tenacious play, and then a super finish as well. Boom, to the back of the net from Aoife Doherty from Ballymcguigan, the sister of Ethan and Connor, and I'm sure they'd be impressed with that finish. Loreto replacing Niamh Smith, and they've sent in number 26, and that is Aoibhinn Galligan from Mullahoran. She's in the play. This is Ellie Brady. Kate O'Reilly. Well, I wonder will that liven up the Magherafelt fans, and maybe even the team as well, for the last 11 minutes of this game. Obviously a little bit too little, too late, but let's see what happens in the last 10. Cavan have it back. It's good defending for Magherafelt. Once again by Sally Scullion. She's had a very good game in there. And up against Katie O'Mara, that's no mean feat at all. Well taken on the run. Hand in came from Magherafelt. But Magherafelt really looking up for it now. They looked a bit leggy a minute ago, but it's amazing what a goal can do. This, the sub again. Forbes going direct. Dinking every way she can, but patient defending, just waiting for the mistake, and then they pick him off. That's what they do. 15-point game with 10 to go. It's been a brave and wholehearted effort from St Mary's Magherafelt. They've worked so hard to get to this final, and no doubt they'll learn a lot of hard lessons. They say you have to be in one to win one, meaning you have to lose one to win one. Well, they were in the semi-final last year. This is progress to get in the final, but tonight has shown how tough it is at this level. Leah Loughran from Kildress Wolf Tones in Tyrone leaves it off to Aoife O'Neill from Moneymore and Derry. They're trying to burst through, but there's no way through. Incredible defence by Loreto Cavan. It's like a rugby squad in there getting in the way, just making it so hard. If you get near the scoring zone at all, you have 2-3 girls coming down on you, and then they nip in if they get a sniff of winning the ball at all. And on this occasion, though, have they given away a free? They have. Look how tight it is. Look how many players are back there, and the way that they defend. Good brave play, though, by Aoife Rocks to win the free for her team. No way through for a goal, I'm sure, so she'll pop this over. Yep. 1-5 now for St Mary's Magherafelt. So we're into the last 10, the last 8 nearly. So I'm checking on the Facebook comments all the time. Feel free to leave a message there and maybe tell me what you think of the teams here and the performances in general, or maybe even tell me your contender for player of the match, because there is a player of the match award at the end to be awarded just before the Cup, the Virginia Cup, by the Ulster LGFA president Jerry Doherty. Oh, and there's lots of room here for the break once again. St Mary's Magherafelt with players committed forwards. The goalkeeper comes to the rescue for her team. That's great work by Roisin McGurk. So yeah, we'll be staying on at the end for the presentation of the player of the match and the cup to what looks like being the Loreto captain Ellie Brady. So that will come up right after the game. And we will, as I say, keep the stream going to bring you that. There's a ball over the top, but Crow in the right place at the right time and took that like a rugby fullback. No problem at all. And then they get it out to Kate McShane, immediately under pressure from Forbes, but these girls cope with pressure extremely well. Kate O'Mara goes one way and then the other. Glides past one player, glides past another. Feeds it into Ellie Brady. And a free in. So your thoughts for player of the match? Sally Scullion's been great for St Mary's Magherafelt at fullback. Aoife Rocks as well has had a terrific game. She's been all over the field. You saw her a minute ago winning a free at the business end for her team, even though she's wearing number 2. And Gemma Shivers has been everywhere. Leah Loughran's had a terrific game too. Whereas for Loreto, well, how many do you want? Could name them all, I gather. This is O'Mara from distance, but for once she doesn't connect well. So Katie O'Mara. Katie McGahern, great game as well. Won the penalty at the start, scored the second goal. Kate Fagan, of course. Kyla Bartley was terrific, and she went off. And talking of substitutions, Magherafelt are bringing on number 30, Ella Rafferty, from the loop, and she will replace Aoife O'Neill. But back to Loreto, of course. Ellie Brady was terrific, and Caitlin Crowe. But then you have to go to Sarah Clark, don't you? Centre half forward. She was really, really special and made the difference at important times. So you'd be looking possibly at her. And here come Magherafelt. And just looking at the messages coming in, Ronan says the Cavan defence is so tight. Yeah, they must have good coaches that teach them and drill them so well. Absolutely, Ronan, that's the point I was making. Shay Brady says probably Kate Fagan player of the match. So that's a vote for Kate Fagan. Again, you can't really argue with that, even though there's other contenders there. But you couldn't argue similarly for Sarah Clark. It's hard to know just which one of them to give it to. But I'll take your votes on that, because they've just asked me to nominate for it. It's a tricky one. And the forwards like that, they were superb when they had to finish. They were so clinical, but didn't really have an awful lot of ball because they spent most of the time defending and then breaking. But when they broke, they had room and they were so effective. There's a vote coming in for Niamh Brady for Sarah Clark. So we've one vote each. Keep the votes coming for that. The kick out will be by Abby McDermott. Beautifully taken by Ellie Brady. And Ellie Brady, of course, has been terrific as well. How do you go past her? And there's her putting in a little bit of a spoke for her to get the late decision with that lovely bit of play. And a nice ball up into the forwards. Is there another score in the 57th minute? She goes all the way on her own, and it's tapped in on the far side. Is it going to be allowed, though? The referee might be a square ball. I'd imagine it is, actually. Yes, square ball. No goal. Let's have a look at it anyway. And there is a vote for Ellie Brady for player of the match from Anthony Brady. Fintan Hegarty says Ellie Brady, so it's 2 votes for her. Loughran for Magherafelt again, looking for Forbes, well defended by Alva Kennedy. Cavan still have the edge over most of the field. They glide through once more. Kate McShane plays it down into the corner. Number 18 is Donohoe. This is Crowe. Just over 2 minutes to go. O'Reilly, always a famous name you associate with Cavan. Clark. And she goes for her score and gets it. Of course she does. 5-8 to 1-5. Loreto sending in another sub, and it's going to be Rebecca Boyle, number 17, and number 22, Anya Rose Smith from the Labby Club. Those two coming in to get a run right at the end. That's 15, I think that is. No, 13 McGahern and 14 O'Mara coming off. And Magherafelt lining up 17. That's Erin McDonald from Ballymacguigan to come in right at the end. Now we have a vote for Caitlin Crowe from Denise Fitzpatrick for controlling the back line for Loreto. Yeah, that's a good shout too. And Claire Clark says Sarah Clark.
Number 22, Anya Rose Smith, the fifth number 14, Katie O'Mara.
So Cavan with the luxury of taking off some of their star performers. Just waiting for another substitution, and it's the Magherafelt one that I told you about. Aaron McDonald for Lochran. Ciara Greenan has a vote for Sarah Clark. Tremendous throughout. True. And Liam Foynes goes for Kayla Bartley. I wouldn't argue with that either. It's going to be tricky to pick one. They're not finished. There's two players in the middle and two of the subs are there. They're lining up to try and get a score, and they just lash it wide. Actually, I thought that was bound to be a goal, but a bit of a let off at the end for Magherafelt. Remains 5-8 to 1-4 as we count down the end of normal time and enter added time. That kick out is going to a blue jersey. That worked out okay. Free in. No, free out. Free out for Loreto. There's another vote for Sarah Clark. I've given my vote. I'm not going to tell you who it is. You wait to see at the end of the game when we see the presentation on the live stream. This is Sarah Clark. Leaves it off to Brady. And look at the way they move so gracefully right through the heart of the defence, and the players over as well, and even the subs are combining beautifully. That was the 22 Anya Rose Smith, and now the finish might come. It doesn't, because the goalkeeper McGurk does well. It might still end up in the net. Very unlucky for Cavan not to finish with a goal at the end, but they are not finished. Not finished just yet. They'll try again. Second minute of added time. Cavan subs down below us preparing to run onto the field at the final whistle, and we are nearly at the final whistle as Magherafelt get a little bit of possession. 1.5 minutes into added time, nearly there, but it's Magherafelt with possession. They have kept going and kept going. Anna Henry for her team, never stopped trying. Even though the result is up. There's Crow coming in to intercept, just to break Magherafelt hearts a little bit more. And will they get a score right at the end to finish it? And that's the number 17 going for it for Loreto. That's Rebecca Boyle. Isn't able to get it. Referee looks at his watch. We're nearly there. 63rd minute of the game. Anna Tackney makes a good point. She goes for Ellie Brady, but says any of the Loreto players could be awarded it. Outstanding performance. It's exactly my thinking as well. But for Magherafelt, this is Gemma Shivers, their captain. She'll be proud of her team, keeping going right to the end, even though they've been well beaten on the scoreboard, but they've acquitted themselves well and done their school proud. And there's an interesting kick over the middle. If this breaks, you never know. They've got possession at least. Can they find a way through to get a goal at the end? Well, maybe even a point. Is that over the bar? It is. Final word, I think, goes to St Mary's Magherafelt. They take it to 1-6, and they deserve that. I think that might be just about it. Roisin McGurk, or rather Abby McDermott, with the kick out. And no, we play on. We've still got a bit of time. We've got a lot of substitutions, so there is extra time being played. There's a player down for Magherafelt, and they get a free. Cavan played into the middle. In the 64th minute now, the captain Ellie Brady goes for it in a battle for possession with Eva Forbes, and it's going to be a hop. A hot ball right at the finish, and it's a free for Magherafelt. And it's been brought forward as well. Is there another little bit of joy at the end for the Derry Skull? Another point would take them to a total of 10. Double figures. We're now in the 65th minute. Referee says play on, so they will with Anna Henry. Is there a score right at the end for St Mary's Magherafelt? No. Loreto Convent, or Loreto Cavan, defending very well, as they have done the whole game. This is Kennedy for Loreto Cavan, and still we play on. Sarah Clark on the ball. There might be time for one more attack. Nice play by O'Reilly, and a brilliant kick pass right into the player. Super pass, and it might end up in another score right at the end. Can they get another one? Kate McShane, I think. Is that Kate McShane all the way up there? 65th minute, nearly into the 66th minute, as Loreto Cavan look to put the seal on it, and they don't. It just goes to the right and goes wide. And looking at the body language of the referee, I'd say that's definitely it.
No spectators onto the pitch. At the end of the match, the presentation will take place in front of the stand for everybody to see. Thank you very much.
Loreto Cavan have got the cup back. They lost last year to Our Lady's Castleblaney. Had to watch them win the All-Ireland, and now they have come good in 2025 to win the MFC Under-20A Post-Primary Schools final, and convincingly as well, as you see on the scoreboard, 5-8 to 1-6. Lots of superb players who have distinguished themselves over the last 3 or 4 years at various levels, and they've done it again. Brilliant performance, and we've been delighted to bring it to you on Ulster Ladies Facebook, free of charge, and just right so that we can showcase the superb skills of the players at this level, and Cavan certainly look to have a bright future. So the spectators won't be allowed onto the pitch. The players will come over for the presentation. Jerry Doherty is already in place, and in a minute or so I'll go down with the microphone to pick up what he is saying. I'm trying to get a word with one or two of the girls. So the presentation will be made on the pitch rather than in the stand, so that enables us to get a nice shot of it as well from our camera, which is above the stand. And the Player of the Match award will be announced as well. So delighted, happy faces there from Loreto Cavan with their victory. And yeah, they look cold. It is cold. But when the players come over, we'll have the presentation. Magherafelt have gone into a huddle. Their management want to talk to them and just give them a few words of consolation and encouragement. And I'll go down now and try and get a few words from Jerry.
No.
You ready, Jerry?
Yeah, I'm
ready to go? Where you go, mate?
Okay. Accordia, I'd like to welcome and to thank everybody for attending here tonight, this wonderful occasion, and I want to congratulate both teams on an excellent display of football. Can we have a big round of applause for both teams on the evening, please? Thank you very much. Before we have the presentations, I want to thank all those who helped tonight at Brewster Park. First of all, the Brewster Park Committee and their colleagues for giving us the use of these excellent facilities. I want to thank the referee, linesperson, fourth official, and everybody else, and their umpires and everybody else who helped to put on this match tonight. A special thanks also must go to my Ulster Council colleagues and officials who leave no stone unturned to make this a great occasion for us all. It's important to remember at this stage our sponsors, MFC. Thank them for their help. Without their help, a lot of these matches would not be facilitated. Their finance is excellent and is very, very welcome to us at all times. I want to address, first of all, the Magherafelt team who gave a great display here tonight in their first A final. It's a learning experience for them. They have some great players there, and we wish them well for the future. Girls, you're a credit to your communities, your families and your school. Well done to all. Before we have the presentation of the Cup, Ulster Council also awards a trophy to the player of the match, to be presented here by MFC. And that award, after much discussion, goes to the Cavan number 11, Sarah Clark. And now, without further ado, it gives me great pleasure to present the Cup to the Cavan captain, Ellie Brady.
Thank you.
This has become regular. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I invite Ellie to say a few words to us.
First of all, I want to congratulate Magherafelt for getting this far. You're a great bunch of girls and you're a great unit. So well done to you. And then, of course, I want to thank Miss Shannon and Mr. Maguire for bringing us out and keeping us fit and putting us through drills and all. So we'll get that breakfast off you yet. And of course, to the main girls themselves, the group behind me, it is my biggest privilege to be up here accepting this cup on the behalf of you girls. You're unreal, and the fact that we're continuing our journey together, it's unreal. I wouldn't want to spend my last year of school football with anybody else. So thank you.
And as she said, they are continuing their journey together, Katie O'Mara with her, and it has been quite a journey. And we're trying to get some for a quick interview, but they're being shy and they're passing the word around, wanting to all come up. We'll maybe just try and get one in the meantime. Yeah. Quick word, please. I know you spoke there a second ago, but I'm interested in what you said then about continuing the journey together. If you come around this way, we'll pick you up on the camera here. The journey has been an amazing journey so far.
Yeah, I mean, the journey that we always have with this bunch of girls and this squad and our two managers is unreal, because we put everything in it and we've been playing together for so long, so it's just kind of becoming a family yet. So continuing it with this bunch of girls is unreal.
And that was a big factor tonight, the way you played. You know each other so well.
We do know each other so well, but I think hurt played a big factor as well. Like, we lost to Blaney last year by 4 or 5, I think it was, and to see them go on and win it, I mean, they're a great team as well, no more than Magherafelt, but we did have that hurt in us, and we had the hurt in us from the under-16s, so they fell short as well. So we were driving on today to get the job done, and we did.
It was very hard to pick player of the match, but you could have given it to 5, 6, 7 players, yeah?
Well, I thought Sarah was so deserving of it. Like, the fact that that girl's only back from an injury, like, she is motoring so well. Like, when we've girls like Katie Magherafelt coming up from under 16s and Kate McShane and Alva Kenny in the back line, like, the team is full of talent, but Sarah without a doubt deserved that, I thought.
Yeah, Katie, she won the penalty at the start and scored the second goal, but you had so many all over the field, and Caitlin Crowe at the back, I mean, and Kyla Bartley.
Yes, Kayla was unreal. We've speed and strength within our squad, so we do have most aspects of it covered, and I'm very, very proud of my girls. I'm very, very confident in them as well.
You're very proud of your girls.
Very proud of my girls.
All right, well done. Thanks very much, Ellie. Now, I was looking somebody else, but as I say, they're being very shy. And I was looking for the managers. Now, where have they gone? They're all hiding. Now they're coming out.
Hello.
You're so shy.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to find you there.
No, he's me and Connor. No, it's your turn. It's your turn.
Okay. Ellie there mentioned the journey. What a journey it has been. This is such an amazing, special group of players, not just tonight, but over the years at club level, county level, school level. They're just exceptional, aren't they?
We are just so fortunate with the bunch of girls that we've had over the last even 10 years, but this group in particular are just amazing. Like with building on their under 16 success with us in school and with the county and the minors, it's their work rate, their love of playing together really gets them across the line. They are a real special group.
That togetherness showed. They know exactly where to play all over the field. They were so disciplined in their defensive structure as well. I mean, that doesn't come overnight.
No, it definitely doesn't. And I suppose they've played at A at school for a long time, and they have been working together at a long time, and they work as a unit, and they know if somebody gets by them, there's someone to help them out. It's that knowing each other, working. It doesn't matter what clubs they're from. They are very special girls, but it's hard work. And they work hard all the time. And that's our mantra. If you make a mistake, you reset. Hard work, hard work, hard work.
And what's the future like, not just for these girls, but for Cavan then?
Oh, well, hopefully they will be promoted, our senior ladies. And for us, we hope that we go on and win another All-Ireland title with these group of girls, and keep building with our under-14s. We had 105 out at trials for our under-14s. We're very fortunate to have of our school management. We have 3 teams at under 14 grade, 3 at senior and 2 at senior and 3 at under 16s. Our third team won their E-Shield, so it's really important that we're giving as many girls the opportunity to play football in school as we can, and that brings on everyone in the clubs in Cavan and brings on the county team itself.
Did you say 105?
105 under 14 girls out for training, and about 15 years ago when football started coming good in school, I had the under 14 team, and the first training there was 7 girls came out, and I had to say if they wanted to put in a team, we had to bring 2 friends back next week, and to go from that to what we have out now, that just shows football in Cavan. Like, we've great support from all the clubs in Cavan and great support from our management at school.
That's progress. I don't know my miles that well, but from 7 to 105 I know is pretty good. Listen, we'll do one more interview and I'm going to let you pick somebody. Anybody you like. Bring me over one. I don't care what the reason is, whatever you want to do, or maybe just whoever you find. Alva. She's going for, I think, Alva Kennedy, number 5. And she is from Killygarra. Alva, I asked her to just pick one.
Oh, she should have picked Sarah.
No, you've got this special chance to have the last word tonight. And it's nice to talk to somebody I haven't interviewed before. So Alva, just tell me what this means to you.
It means a lot. After losing last year, we took it very hard, and I feel like to win today is just the cherry on top of being in 6th year and the stress of school, getting to come out with these girls every week and train. It's just wonderful, and to be able to play with a bunch of girls that are just unbelievable football, and we work so well together. And to win, I don't even know how many we're on now. Not to sound cocky or anything, but Loreto are a fantastic bunch of girls, so unbelievable. It's just brilliant.
Just come round a wee bit. Question: what was it like playing there tonight with those girls? I'm watching. I mean, you're number 5, but watching the forwards and the way that they gel and the pace and their style of finishing.
Yeah, that's something we have actually in our school, is how much we gel together as a team. We just, no matter who comes in, they seem to just work so well in our team, and the communication up in the forward line and getting girls coming off the shoulder, it was just unbelievable watching them from the back line, and just so proud watching the younger girls coming up and fitting in so well in our team and all. Oh, it's just wonderful.
And what about player of the match now? A forward got it, but you're a defender. Are you thinking it's always a forward who get it?
Oh no, well, she deserved it. She defended, she ran up and down that pitch multiple times. Sarah is a wonderful player, and I'm so privileged to be able to play with her, and her being a Cavan senior player now at the moment, it's just brilliant watching her being able to succeed so well within the game itself.
And what's your ambition? Do you want to join her in the Cavan senior team?
Oh, I'd love to join her and play with her and Ellie and a few of the girls from minors last year at county. It's just brilliant being able to play for your county, especially at senior level. I'd say that will be the ambition, yeah.
And who would you pick for player of the match if not maybe Sarah? Who would you think else was in the running? And this gives you a chance to name a defender.
I think Caitlin Crowe played an outstanding game, and I also think our goalie Abby May did fantastic with her kickouts and her communication on this team. I don't think they get looked at as much as some of the forwards do, but I think they did an outstanding job, especially when I went off. They just worked so well together and put in an outrageous amount of effort.
And just finally, it's great that this game was live streamed tonight to show what you girls are so good at. Not just the boys, never mind the Macquarie Cup, this is your version of it, and you showed tonight a fantastic exhibition of football.
Oh, 100%. Being able to look back on this will just be a day to remember, and getting to video all these games is just so unbelievable, and ladies football is improving, and the technology to go with it is just unbelievable.
Brilliant. Thanks a million, Alva.
Thank you very much.
That was a good choice for an interview, wasn't it? And she smiles as well. She enjoyed that. So all the players down below us here and their families coming out and enjoying the moment and getting their photograph taken. We hope you've enjoyed the live stream coverage, as I say, from Brewster Park in Enniskillen. It's been a pleasure to bring it to you, free to view on the Ulster Ladies Facebook page, and to showcase, as I say, the fantastic skills. These girls have a big, big, bright future. The school has, and the county of Cavan has as well. Commiserations to St Mary's Magherafelt. They'll be back next year, but it's all about Cavan again, getting the cup back. Loreto Cavan, the champions for 2025 of the MFC Under-20 A title. And that's it from the whole live stream team. It's goodbye.